Community. You are listening to Lone Star 4.5 KC and 106. LP Conroe and .com.
Trick or treat, Lone Star Radio listeners. This is Dick, the general manager, taking this quick moment to remind you that Lone Star Community Radio is looking to fill some of our talk show slots along with some of our DJ slots. We have a new show airing on the 10th, Making Connections with Stacey Harris, which will air every second Tuesday of the month at 1 p.m. Make sure to check it out along with our other programs on Lone Star Community Radio. For more information on Lone Star Community Radio, visit us online at irlonestar.com. And again, if you're interested in doing something with us, call the station, 936-647-3776. Thanks for checking out this recording, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Good afternoon. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with us. Today we have a really special program, and we have a lot of really good announcements to speak of on behalf of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Our guest today is Mythica Pickett. That's how you pronounce your last name, Mythica?
Yes, sir.
Pickett, right?
Yes, sir.
And he is founder and president and in charge of We See Abilities. And we'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. What I wanted to make sure everybody remembers is that the weather is absolutely spectacular today. And you should go out, after you listen to our show, you should go out and walk around and take a walk and take in the nature that's up here in Conroe. But wherever you are, it's beautiful. So a couple more weeks like this, and before you know it, it'll be either really cold or it'll be too hot to go out again. So you were talking about the weather earlier, Mythica. On your way up here driving, did you drive up here with the windows down?
I did not.
Okay, so there you go. See, there's the windows down 65 miles an hour. You know what they call that?
A good day.
No, they call that Hispanic. No, Mexican air conditioning. Kidding. But I'm not. But I still use it, and it's not about being Mexican. You're just being practical. And nonetheless, it's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for tuning in. I was saying we have a special program today. But first, let me tell you about something that happened today, and I think you'll appreciate this. For those of you that are members that haven't been able to attend some of our meetings, we had a meeting today at Another Broken Egg here in Shenandoah, and we had about 45 people there today. And every time we have meetings that large, the meetings get, for me as the facilitator, they get a little bit stressful because I want to make sure everybody gets their time. You know, you go to these meetings for airtime to actually tell everybody what you do. And sometimes folks, talk longer than they are asked to. And so basically we say, okay, 20 to 30 seconds, give us your commercial, tell us who you are, and then stop, And there toward the end, it gets challenging because we have to do everything in 1 hour.
Right.
And so anyway, you were at the meeting today. What did you think of the meeting, Mythica?
It was great. Seeing that many people in there, standing room.
Yeah,
it's like a Astros
sure.
Final 7 game.
There you go. Well, but the bigger idea, I think that's valuable. It's really attractive to folks to see meetings like that.
Yes, sir.
But I tell our members and I tell everybody else, it's really not what happens at those meetings that matters. And, what really matters is that you connect with one or two people,
right?
And then you take them outside of that meeting and have sit down with them and talk to them about your business,
right?
And listen to them about their business, Right. So anyway, we had that meeting today. It was a very successful meeting. Like we said, about 45 people. Steve Austin. Ever heard of Steve Austin?
That was the first time I met him.
Okay, he's the $1 Million Man. Wow.
Amazing guy.
He's just an awesome person. There's a lot of reasons why I think he's awesome. One of them, of course, his name.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, I'm sure you guys don't know who this is, especially Jake. Jake probably knows Steve Austin as the Stone Cold Steve Austin, yes?
Yes.
So you don't know who the $1 Million Man is?
No clue who the $1 Million Man is.
You don't know who the $6 Million Man is? You've got to look at YouTube, my friend. That's where he is.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, Steve Austin, the $1 Million Man, was the guy that they had the technology to reconstruct. I mean, he had a car accident or something, right?
Right.
He was like a test dummy type guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was one of those guys that like a stunt man or something.
Right.
So he broke his legs and he broke his arms and his eyes and everything else, and they reconstructed it with bionic parts.
Yes, they did.
So he had bionic legs and he could jump like 25 feet, doing like a frog, like incredible.
You mean Inspector Gadget?
No, see?
Yeah, Inspector Gadget, right?
That's a knockoff. The $6 Million Man was like a real television program.
It's the original.
Did you ever watch it, or are you too young for that too?
I probably watched it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bottom line is, and the guy's name was Steve Austin, so he could run really fast and he could pick up things, because he had bionic arm or something, and
Right.
and he could hear stuff. He could see stuff because the bionic woman was the one that could hear everything,
Yes.
something like that. So anyway, bionic man, he bought everybody lunch. There
Yes,
were
he did.
45 of us.
Yes, he did.
And that, to me, it's not the first time he does that. So
Yeah, wow.
so I know he's not doing it with the intention that we might think,
Yeah.
because he doesn't talk about his real estate business.
Right.
He talks about other things, that he wants to be your friend, he wants to get to know you, and he knows, man, if you feed me, I'll follow you.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, and that's basically what he's doing, but on a very sweet and a very, very appropriate way.
Yes, he was.
Because he's also an ordained minister.
Yes.
And so he does our invocation prayer, and so he's a good guy. Anyway, that happened today, but also, we had 3 people join our chamber today.
Awesome.
At the meeting, and
Woo.
that makes it well worth it for us. Always getting new members is a real
Getting
big
new
deal,
members.
because the way this chamber was originated, it's all membership based.
Right.
So if you don't have members, or if you don't grow, then basically you begin to stagnate, and it's dangerous.
Right.
I mean, you probably see the same thing with VC abilities.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I have.
You have to have a constant flow,
Right.
or you're not doing it.
Right,
It's
right.
hard, it's hard to get out of bed and do a lot of work when you're worried about the rent,
Right.
or
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
So we're blessed the same, that people respond very well to our chamber. But there's different reasons. I mean, not only do we do good events like we did today, but a lot of education, networking and just different things like marketing and stuff like that. So our Chamber of Commerce is based on 3 principles. Most important principles. Number 1, commerce.
Right.
We want you to do business. We want you to be a successful business person, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, education.
Right.
So we want you to be educated. So if you're not as successful as you want to be, it's because maybe you're lacking in education.
Right,
So there's
right.
something missing there, and we can help you find that, because we have different programs, and we have about 30 courses that we teach our members. And it's world-class stuff, good stuff. And the third one is advocacy.
Right.
So we look out for the small business owner, as best we can.
Yeah,
and
Greg did that today. That was awesome what he said.
see,
Man,
but that's the spirit of our chamber.
That was big.
Guys that talk about, don't go out and just shop online.
That's right,
Outside
that's
of
right.
being, look at the weather, man. I mean, how can you not go up and down Market Street,
Right.
or even in Conroe? How can you not
Right.
want to go out? And so we encourage people to do that, because yes,
Yeah, that was
clicking
big.
and buying can take over the brick and mortars, because people, have you ever bought anything on Amazon like at 10 at night?
I have not.
I have a ton of stuff.
You're guilty.
Well, for sure. Well, because sometimes, for me, it's so much easier to buy a book on Amazon
Oh,
than
okay,
it is
that's
to go
yeah.
Barnes and Noble.
Right,
And I love Barnes and Noble. Don't get me wrong. I when it was Borders, Books and Music, and Barnes and Noble, like 10 years,
yeah.
I used to live in the bookstores. I love them, and I go to libraries a lot, all the time. But that's me being a geek. Nonetheless,
Right.
now if I want a book, I don't even go to the bookstore anymore.
Wow.
Because I know it's not going to be there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just know that if I go on Amazon, for sure I'll find it, and I can buy it for like $2 sometimes.
Oh, wow.
You could buy books really cheap.
Yeah.
So, and that's the danger that's posed to, like, to
Brick and
Barnes and
mortar.
Noble. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what Greg was talking about today.
Yeah.
So let's find out from a very young person where he shops. Whenever you do have money, Jake, where do you shop?
Where you shop, Jake?
I tend to shop either at outlet malls or online. So, Amazon or outlet malls. I find the cheapest price.
Millennial.
That's what.
But
drives
Amazon
me.
is good, right?
Yeah, Amazon's great. I love it because it's affordable. It brings tons of different vendors to me to choose from, and various discounts and savings. So.
And you don't have to get out of off your couch.
Right.
So you don't have to shower, shave, nothing. Just do it from home.
In between video games.
Yeah, and that's not playing into my role. I don't
okay.
care. It's all comes down to money. Whatever saves
Right.
me the most.
And bottom line is, Amazon does save you a lot
They
of money.
do.
So it's dangerous, and we admire these big, gigantic organizations like Amazon and Walmart and all. We admire them because of their size and because of their marketing.
Right.
But if we really understood what's going on, we would realize that they are finishing with the small mom and pops.
Right.
Like the small hardware stores and things like the shoe guy. And I went recently. I went to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So where they make the Hershey chocolate.
Right.
And so I did some training for the hotel Hershey.
Okay.
But when I got off the airplane, I drove from, I think it was Williamsburg. I don't remember where I drove from, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Anyway, I drove a long distance, and little towns near Hershey had on their windows, we're not going anywhere. And these were
Right.
the small businesses, because they were protesting that a Walmart wanted to get installed within the small towns.
Wow.
But that's what's happening all across America. A lot of folks don't see that, but it is dangerous to the small businesses that these big corporations, because 90% of everything you buy at Walmart is made in China.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy, you know? So anyway, that's what Greg was talking about today, and I think it was meaningful that he said that.
Yes, it was.
Now we just have to sort of campaign to make sure we remember, you know, to shop that way, to shop from a person, not necessarily from your computer.
Right.
So we had that meeting today. This afternoon, tonight, a company called Relief Express. Have you ever heard of them? Relief Express?
No, I have not.
They relieve pain.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
So any kind of pain you have, they have machines. I mean, they have the most modern gadgets and stuff that you can use.
Okay.
Everything from cryotherapy. You know what cryotherapy is? I know very little. I just know what they do is they freeze a part of your
Oh,
body.
yeah.
Like your
Okay.
joints, they
Right.
freeze it. And that makes your brain think that something's going on, so the pain goes away.
Wow.
You know, and it goes away
Science.
for crazy, because I've always thought, what do you mean, if they freeze something, it can break.
Right.
Or something can happen, you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
And it's very, have you ever heard of cryotherapy?
Yeah, a lot of athletes do it.
Right, but we're not athletes, so what
Right.
about us? They have something for us.
Well, it's good for people who are seeing early signs of aging.
Right.
So right around
Early signs of aging.
Wow.
It always happens in the knees, in your knees.
Yeah,
They freeze your
exactly.
knees?
Freeze your
Oh,
knees.
They do.
wow.
Yeah,
Man.
and it works, right?
Wow.
So they're going to be giving free demos tonight. I don't think they'll be doing cryotherapy because there's all kinds of other stuff, you know.
Right.
And but that's what that company is dedicated to, and they have two main stores. One in Vintage Park, which is where we'll be tonight.
Okay.
For the ribbon cutting, and one in
Beautiful.
the Woodlands.
Awesome.
Tomorrow, we're for breakfast. We're going to be at a place called Cafe Express in the Galleria. From 7:30 to 9:30, we're having a networking event there.
Nice.
On Thursday, we are at Vintage Park for lunch. Right, so we have a Vintage Park lunch every Thursday. On Friday, La Cocina de Roberto, which is a place here in the Woodlands, is hosting us for breakfast. And we're in Katy at a place called Rudy's Barbecue, right, for breakfast. So
Is
we're all-
Rudy's getting better for you guys?
Rudy's is Rudy's.
Rudy's is Rudy's. All right.
You know, so we're looking at different locations, different things.
That's awesome.
But it's one of those things that in Katy we have a lot of vegetarians and people that, you know, don't like to walk in and say that they smell barbecue, whatever. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, you know, but they have great breakfast tacos and they're a great location.
They have brisket tacos?
They do.
No way.
Yeah.
Brisket tacos.
And there's a Rudy's barbecue up here in the Woodlands too.
Wow.
Yeah, they're good. The good bricks. If you want to know, I mean, I grew up in Katy. I know some good Mexican restaurants.
We need to talk for
Yeah,
sure.
I know some good places to get some tamales.
We like tamales.
Out of this
see?
world.
Wow. It is the Hispanic Chamber.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and our sponsor, the ML Agency, her name is Celeste Gomez. Is one of our sponsors. Her parents run the Montes Tamales, and man, they have the best tamales.
Wow.
You just can't believe how good they are. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to learn more about Mythic or Pickett and about We See Abilities.
Sweet.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
And this is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show, broadcasting from the beautiful city of Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com. If you want to watch us online or on YouTube or on Facebook or on all the other modalities, it's 106.1 FM, 104.5 FM. If you can't hear it, blame it on your stereo.
Uh-oh.
It's usually that, you know, it's not our fault because I can hear me. So there you go. And I'm here with Mythic or Pickett. We're talking about We See Abilities. We were first talking about the ML Agency. The ML Agency is one of our sponsors, is our sponsor, title sponsor. And basically what they do, they are a full service insurance agency.
Right.
So, you know, the importance of insurance and actually helping people understand that they've got to get a little bit more than just liability and you know, take care of their families and stuff. It's not easy. So anyway, the ML Agency is one of our big supporters, and we're very thankful to them, and hopefully they're listening. And if they are, I'm going to send a big shout out to Celeste.
Thank you.
And of course, Leo and the other people,
That's
Sabrina, Melissa, the folks at the ML Agency. Anyway, all right. So with
Oh man, I love it.
well, we're with Nithika. Nithika, basically, I was telling you earlier that I have a friend who her daughter's, she's 15.
Okay.
She has a disability of challenges, right? She's got,
Right.
some kids are perfect and other kids are a perfecter.
Right.
Bottom line is they're all, in the eyes of God, they're all the same. That they all have, beautiful hearts and they all
Right.
have spirit, and
Right.
so we are to treat them as such.
That's right.
And it's one of the things I admire about We See Abilities, that you guys actually go out and do so many things for kids. But in the case of my friend, she's 15, she's a little bit older now. What kind of things do you guys do for kids like that?
Yes. So we do activities based on age, according to the age. A lot of activities we try to do are depend on ability.
Okay,
right?
sure.
So we can do bowling events, community outings like movies, things like that. Pretty much all abilities can pretty much participate. Sometimes we do events where it's specifically for girls,
Okay,
right?
sure.
So we do pageants for girls, age ranging between that age and on up. We do day makeovers, like dream makeovers.
Okay.
So we did a Macy's Miracles makeover at the Woodlands, Marilyn Monroe Spa, right there in the Woodlands.
Wow.
It was
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, that place is beautiful. And so that's like a dream makeover, and that's an individual project we do for one girl. And then we'll do different ones, depends.
So let me ask you, this is an important question. How did you get into We See Abilities? I mean, you founded it, right? You're the founder?
Right, yes, sir. I'm the founder of We See Abilities. I've been working with the special population for about 8-9 years.
Okay. But how did you get into it? Well, why?
Yeah, so I volunteered. I kind of volunteered for an organization. And the day that I volunteered, I fell in love with that population. I fell in love with the culture. I didn't know anything about it. And, graduating from high school, you think they don't exist because you're on your journey
Sure.
and you have your flaps on and you're focused in your life. And when you see someone that, has a special ability, you kind of turn and look the other way, or you kind of,
That's our tendency, right?
that's the
And
tendency, right?
that people do find that, especially I think the parents and others that are close to children this way find that offensive. That
Right.
Either you stare.
Right.
I have a friend who told me, the dumbest question people can ask me is, "What's wrong with my kid?"
Right.
But they do that all the time.
They do
It's
that all the time.
It's a real offensive turnoff to
Right.
because there's nothing wrong with the kid.
Right. Exactly. And because they don't see the ability.
Right.
Right. And that's the beauty in what I did. Right. So what changed me was the fact that I was the first time this first encounter with the special needs population. I was in a restroom with two individuals, grown guys around my age, needing assistance. They needing their depends to be changed. And I had a pride issue. I was dealing with I'm not gonna go there. Like I'm not touching,
Sure.
and it humbled me. It really humbled me because the spirit man that was in me was saying, look, you're one accident away from someone changing your depends.
Okay, sure.
You're one accident away. And so, having that encounter and having that experience, I opened up and, and I changed these individuals and they got clean and they got fresh. And, it was just rewarding that I had the ability to add value to this person's life that's needing the assistance. And I'm standing there debating it because of pride. You know what I mean? Like, what is that, right? So after that day, I became a huge advocate, wanted to give them a better quality of life, and didn't know how to do it. I just hit the ground running.
Okay.
And I've been running ever since. And until we formed We See Abilities, which means we see abilities. We see differently abled and not disabled. We see a million abilities and not disabilities.
Okay.
Hence the name We See Abilities. Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically, let's just say I have someone in my family, and I'm worried because I really don't know.
Right.
A lot of the parents just have no idea how to deal with all this outside of school and what school tells them, and sometimes schools can be really cruel too
Right.
with kids and everything. How can somebody reach out and talk to you? What would be the process for them to engage and get their child involved in your program?
Yeah, so We See Abilities did about 85 events last year.
Wow. Okay.
We were very, very busy
Mm-hmm.
adding value to the special population's life. And a lot of our events are inclusion.
Okay.
And so we like to have them out in the public doing recreational activities. The way that they can contact me is through Facebook. It's always easy. We See Abilities on Facebook, at We See Abilities on Facebook is easy. We See Abilities on Instagram, and also weseeabilities.org. You go to weseeabilities.org, you'll see the structure, you'll see the board members, and you'll see the contact me. And that's my cell phone number. Like you can actually call and get me.
Okay.
And so that's how you can engage me on upcoming events and activities, and how can my child get involved, and I'll let you know what events we have going on,
Right.
and the availability of spots.
And you have your calendar and your website also.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
like for example, I don't get that it's a terribly clinical environment that you guys provide,
Right.
because
right.
it's not.
No,
it's
it's
more
not.
of a, you tend to go more toward what I would call a normal environment,
Right,
If that's
exactly.
even a word, So you try to allow the parents and the children to feel like everything is, because it is, everything
Right,
is
it's
fine,
normal, yeah.
And you're not supposed to be treating people like they're
We're not hiding them.
right.
Right,
There you
yeah.
go. So you're out there, and which is
Right.
perfect. So that's important to parents to know,
Absolutely.
because it's intimidating to go to places where everybody's being psychologically
Right.
evaluated, and there's all these assessments and drugs because they have
Right.
to calm people down. So
This population impresses me daily. For instance, and it literally blows my mind how free they are.
oh,
Right?
for sure,
They
Yeah.
are so free. And if we as individuals had the ability they had to be that free, man, we would be such an amazing society.
It'd be like we'd be children again. wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it'd be like children again. And so to see them, as soon as you turn music on, they dance, don't know how to dance. They
Don't
dance,
care.
don't care, it doesn't bother them, right? But if music comes on, we're going to look at each other like, you dancing? Like, whoa, like we get that judgmental within ourselves, and we don't want to be free.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
And so, man, just seeing them have the ability to be that free is so beautiful.
And Mythica, where do you guys basically, where are you stationed? I mean, where are the people that work with you
Right.
located?
Sure. So we're here in the Woodlands. We're founded right here in the Woodlands, Texas.
Like near Conroe.
Near Conroe. That's right. Near Conroe, right in this area. Montgomery County.
There you go.
Let's say that. Montgomery County. And but I've branched out. We're starting to get into the Houston market.
You were telling me about Katie as well.
Yeah, Katie as well. We did some activities in Sugar Land. Miss Amazing pageant was done in Sugar Land. It was beautiful. We did the Special Needs Warrior Dash, which is a phenomenal event. We did that for the Super Bowl in Houston at Texas Southern University.
So that was pretty big, right?
That was really big, yes, sir. And then we did a foot washing event right here at Market Street. They painted the field to look like a football field. The NFL players came out. They washed the feet of our special needs population and provided over 100 kids with all brand new pair of shoes. And,
Wow.
just seeing NFL players making millions of dollars, humbling themselves to wash the feet of our special population, man, it's breathtaking, man. It's beautiful. Even an event like today, we have I Fly today. And so kids are going to get a chance that are in wheelchairs. We're talking about kids.
Is
that
it or was it? Is it today?
It's today, yes.
Afternoon? Later?
Yes, 6 to 9.
What is it? Tell us about it.
So I Fly is called All Abilities Night. I Fly is a skydiving facility where kids can go and they can skydive.
It's right here on 45, right?
Yes, sir. Right here on 45 North. And so the kids go, they get a chance to skydive, and they're doing an All Abilities Night. And so we get a chance to have 2 instructors inside the skydiving facility with the individuals in their suited up, ready to go. And you're talking about zero gravity. Kids that can't walk,
Wow, that's
have
amazing.
legs, get a chance to.
So, Mythic, if somebody wants to reach you, could you give your phone number again, please?
Yes. So the number is 832-928-2922.
So I'm here with Mythica Pickett with We See Abilities. And what they do is something really amazing, not only for families who have children with special abilities,
Right.
but also for just people who want to understand others to a deeper degree.
I'm
to really
volunteer,
understand.
man.
And by all means, there's all kinds of opportunities. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about those opportunities
Sure.
to get involved with you, and we'll discuss more of the foundation of We See Abilities. So we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
That's pretty catchy music, I know. So, the reason we even have that music is because we're the only Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Montgomery County doing any radio.
Oh, wow.
And so I wanted to make sure that we distinguished ourselves. I mean, we're
You
pretty
had
much
to find the most Latin music possible.
the most. Like, this is like
I love the music.
Puerto Rican, Cuban. Like, oh, no, it's actually Brazilian.
Brazilian,
Brazil.
nice.
But it
Which-
makes the hips want to move.
Yeah. But
the
if you
shoulders.
if you ask somebody from Brazil, are you Hispanic? They'll say no
Right.
because they speak Portuguese or something.
Portuguese.
It's just a whole, they get it. We're all the same. All the Hispanic
No,
people.
I'm Portuguese.
Right. Like, okay. Well, anyway, so nonetheless, I'm here with Mythica Pickett. He is with We See Abilities. We See Abilities is dedicated to providing environments and services to children and families who have different, better, other abilities. And I'll ask Mythica, if you would, Mythica, please explain We See Abilities in your own words, because I, of course, can't.
Yes, sir. So We See Abilities gives the special needs population a better quality of life through sports and community activities. We see abilities and not disabilities. We see differently abled, not disabled, hence a million abilities.
And how does somebody get involved with you, Mythica?
Yes, so they can contact us at www.weseeabilities.org, or they can just call my cell phone, which is 832-928-2922. They can follow us on Instagram at We See Abilities, and they can also follow us on Facebook at We See Abilities.
And who's your typical recipient? I mean, who do you typically work with?
Yes, so we work with all ages, all abilities, as far as even kids, right, that are in Title I and low to moderate income families. They still have special needs. It may not be a physical, it could be, the need of this or the need of that, right? So we don't exclude anyone, and we try to show inclusion in everything we do. So if they're from premature kids that say you have a 26% chance at living and you're 6 to 8 months, all the way up to adults, with intellectual or physical disabilities.
And do you guys charge for your services?
No, sir. We do not charge for our services, and we are free. And we actually recommend companies that do help with We See Abilities, like housing companies we work with that get you placed into a home, a group home, or a living facility. As far as insurance, we have a couple insurance agencies we work with to try to help you, because you can't get insurance with special needs kids. They just can't.
So how to get a hold of you then?
So if you want to learn more about that, just contact me, 832-928-2922.
So we're talking to Mythica Pickett. Mythica is with We See Abilities.
We See Abilities.
We See Abilities. And it's been around for how long now, Mythica?
So we made a year in August.
Yeah,
right,
it's just like us.
Yeah, we made a year in August, so
Okay.
really excited about that. Received our official 501c3 status this year, February the 8th. I'll never forget when that letter came in.
Yeah.
I ran right to Microsoft. I was like, you can sponsor us now. So Microsoft was our first sponsor for We See Abilities, and they've been with us since day one.
Very
So a
good.
huge shout out to Microsoft for supporting We See Abilities.
Sure. All right. And you've done events there for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, done a lot of events, a lot of partnerships, a lot of volunteer opportunities with them, and other organizations in the Woodlands.
So
as
right
well.
now, Mythica, if somebody wants to volunteer, what kind of opportunities do you guys have? I mean, do I need special training or like,
No.
What kind of opportunities do you guys offer for volunteers?
So we coined the phrase contagious positivity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Contagious positivity is basically pouring love, hope, joy, and compassion into the lives of people.
Mm-hmm.
If you're contagious and you're positive, you can be a volunteer for We See Abilities. What we ask is two things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you clap?
Okay.
If not, can you cheer? And that's it, because we want to edify our special population at all of our events. High fives, you know, NFL players come out and do bowling events. High five, get a bowling ball, you know, to watching a movie, right? Where they're there and we have the volunteers serve them popcorn, serve them drinks, you know. So activities like that, if you can cheer and you can clap, you can volunteer for We See Abilities.
And so what kind of people in the Woodlands actually volunteer? Are they like business owners?
Oh,
Or?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we get a lot of business owners coming out to support We See Abilities. So We See Abilities doesn't ask for money, right? We don't go in and say, hey, we need your money. We need your money. We ask you to come and volunteer, right? Because before we ask you for money, we want you to know what your money is going to.
Sure.
Who are you helping? What are you doing, right? So the volunteers, these business owners, they send out employees or they come themselves and they get bit with contagious positivity. Once they get bit, they're in
There you
and
go.
they feel like, you know what, how can I help you?
Sure.
What do you need? Yes,
But
sir.
at the chamber, we do ask for money first.
You're right.
But I guess it's just a whole different thing. You know, for us, it's yes. I mean, it's we actually do also have, you know, ambassadors and different people.
Right.
And in general, it's folks that want to contribute and just
Sure.
people that want to help and make a difference.
Yes.
So
Chamber's been great, man. A lot of my Greg from the Oilery, huge sponsor of We See Abilities since day one.
yeah,
You know, I mean, before I had a 501c3,
yeah.
Greg was like, I got you.
Yeah,
You know,
here.
what do you need
Uh-huh.
here? You know, and so the chamber has been there for me since day one. And
I still remember when you guys came to orientation, and there were like 4 of us or 5 of us, and we were
Right.
just starting. This
Just
long,
started, yeah.
We did that benchmark.
Benchmark Bank, yeah.
And you kind of show up and everything, and I remember because at that time you were just launching and you were
Right.
just starting and all this
Right.
stuff. You know, and now it's a year later or more than a
Man.
year later, and
So
you've
many
got,
doors.
Yeah, so
Wow.
many people. To who knew?
Man.
You know?
Wow.
Isn't it crazy how fast time
it
goes?
is. It is. Mr. Wonderful was a pageant we did, and that was such a phenomenal pageant. One of our
Was that for
signature
guys?
events.
For
It's
men?
for guys, yeah. It's the very first male pageant for special abilities ever.
Okay.
It's never been done. We were the first to ever do it.
Where did you do this?
So we did it at Hughes Landon, which was huge, and actually Hughes Landon loved it so much they want us to do it there again next year.
Wow.
So they got first rights of refusal for 2 years.
Wow.
Yes,
So
sir.
how do you get a hold of the kids? I mean, do they all reach out to you, or do
Man,
you do
so-
outreach? Or?
So fan base, social media, social media. You put it out on Facebook. If you say, hey, look, I'm giving away 100 pair of free shoes, man, people start, and they're specifically for the special population. You start to create a fan base.
Sure,
and
sure.
so a lot of the people, that was my first signature event, was giving away shoes. And so we gave away 100 pair of shoes to the special needs population, and those people have stuck with us ever since.
Wow.
And then we did a concert, an inspiration concert in Humble, Texas. And it's funny they say Humble because it's like, it's weird.
It's just like there's another town south of Austin near Santa called Buda. No, it's not Buda, it's Buda. They get upset if you call it Buda, but it's spelled B-U-D-A.
Right.
And the reason why it's supposed to be spelled V as in Victor, I-U-D-A, Viuda in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
The word means widow.
Oh,
Right?
wow. So
but
they don't
for
want
the
you to
town,
say
when
it
you're
like
driving
that.
through the town, Buddha means the Buddha. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
But
Buddha.
the town people, just like Humble, there's a reason they call it that.
Right.
And they get
right.
upset.
They do. They get upset.
Yeah.
I was like, it's humble.
It's like
They're like, no, this is Humble, Texas. I was like, you take the H off
Yeah.
all the
But
way? Like, you don't say the H at all?
it's their thing, you know. There's another one also, Joliet and Joliet up in Illinois near
Oh, wow.
Chicago. Same
Okay.
thing.
Wow.
People just have a peculiar way of calling their town, and they
Right.
don't settle for anything, you know.
I adopted it, so I say humble.
Well,
I don't want to offend anybody.
The one that got me when I first moved here was Kirkendall.
Oh yeah.
Even our
Even locals don't know how to pronounce
Pronounce
it.
Kirkendall. I know it isn't even spelled the way it sounds.
ask your GPS to pronounce it.
Right.
How quick they can't even do it.
They
you know,
can't, right.
Siri can't even say it. So so people have different names for different things. Anyway, that's a tangent. Nonetheless, you guys did some work in Numbo. What's coming up? Then you have something coming up today.
Yes. So we have coming up. So stay tuned. We have coming up today. We're doing iFly. Saturday we're doing We See Runways. And We See Runways is a huge event for We See Abilities. It's going to be done at Market Street at Charmin Charlie's this Saturday, October 28th, from noon to 6. We're asking all kids to come out. It's all abilities. Wear your costume. Look, come walk the runway with 4 top models. We have an international pop singer that's going to be there, Xena. She's amazing. And basically, this event is a fun, family-filled activity to encourage our kids that they're beautiful. No matter what they look like, you're beautiful. Walk this runway with your chest up. Hold your head up. Look me in the eyes when you shake my hand. You're beautiful, and smile. And so we want to encourage that to our kids and let them know, costume or no costume, you're beautiful. Come hang out with us.
So how many kids do you guys work with now?
We did a We See's Birthdays event with the ARC, and we had over 300 kids come out for that. But we've reached over 1,500 special needs kids in a year. In a year.
So I'm here with Mythica Pickett. He is with We See Abilities. We're talking about his different programs, different things that he's doing for the community. Wonderfully noble and a great organization. We See Abilities. When we come back, we're going to talk more about what's coming up and just get more information from Mythica. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Looking for a bilingual insurance company in the Montgomery County area? Since 2006, the Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency, and it all started with Leonard Amel. Now working with 3 full-time agents offering home, auto, life, and umbrella insurance, the Amel Agency works with you to provide the insurance you need. Whether it be for your business or personal needs, they put that need first. The Amel Agency of the Woodlands is open Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. Call today at 832-299-6640 or email them anytime at info@amelagency.com to answer any of your questions. For more information on location and inquiries, look up Amel Agency online at amelagency.com. The Amel Agency, Montgomery County's bilingual insurance agency.
And we're back. This is Dr. Carlos Sanchez with the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. We're here with Mythica Pickett. He is with We See Abilities. But before we talk about those things, Mythica, which are very important, I just got a text from the Amel Agency, and they texted me saying that they are going to be renewing their sponsorship of the show.
Well.
So there you go.
Wow.
If you guys are listening, Celeste
Congratulations.
and others, thank you so much for because that's what makes this show actually work.
Yes.
If we have sponsors, we have people that
And especially it's such a great sponsor like Amel.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. I mean,
Yes.
they're really doing everything they can to, just to get out there and to reach people and to make a difference, just like everybody,
Man, we need
We need-
sponsors are
right?
yes.
You know what I thought?
When you're a nonprofit, that is it. Yeah.
You live and die.
Yes. Yes.
And the thing is, now I know, but I admire big chambers of commerce. When I look at the Woodlands and I see what their budget is, like $2 million
$2 million.
budget,
I know, right?
which means that's what they spend,
Right.
Not what they make.
Right.
That means they have sponsors that's like out the roof,
That's right.
And for us as little guys, that we have 1 or 2, like we're laughing and we're smiling because the ML agency is sponsoring us, and they're nothing to those big, big chambers.
Right.
But it tells me what we can do.
That's right. That's right.
So it's
And it means
inspiring.
something to that one person.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, it
no
means
question.
something to that one
And they'll
person.
get all the
Yes, it
benefit
does.
for sure until we get
Absolutely.
too big, but that'll
Right.
take years.
Right.
Anyway, so I wanted to ask you something also in reference to, because you do so much work and so close to kids and families, and I imagine that you guys sometimes have to actually give counseling to parents and help parents cope, because some
Right.
parents, let's face it, that some parents were not necessarily born to have kids that
Right.
have special needs or special abilities,
Right.
and so they don't deal with it the same way. What kind of background does your staff or do you or around you have that can actually deal and help parents cope and
Right.
be better able to deal with situations?
Sure.
What do you guys do?
Yeah. So there's many organizations out there to mentally stimulate the parents that are struggling with Should I keep it? Should I give? You know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like that.
Why
I just
me and all
right.
these-
Well, whoa, right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
me, right. So, the number one thing that I've learned, and this is I have no degree. I'm not a doctor in this, right? But what I've learned in the last 9 years, listen, that's been the number one thing to help parents because they just want somebody to hear them.
Right. Right.
You know, no one listens to them. I need help. You know,
Sure.
this wheelchair is expensive and Medicaid isn't covering it.
Right.
You know,
So what do you guys do in that case though? When you see things like
Right.
that, I mean,
So-
do you find a sponsor?
but we try, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, if we can help you by doing an event or an activity or raise some type of funds, then yes, we do that. And I have a project for 2018. I'm working on an amazing project to leverage out-of-pocket cost for the special needs population.
Sure.
It's an amazing project. I'm super, super excited about it, but it's going to help for that situation.
Well, because most of that population also gets, it gets knocked off the budget, and,
Right.
and even on a national level.
Well, Texas is 48th out of 50 states. We're the fourth wealthiest state in the United States. Right? We're the bottom of the total pole when it comes to taking care of our special abilities.
So we have money, we're just not spending it
we
there.
have plenty of money.
So how do you get out? I mean, who's your advocate? Are you the
Me.
guy? You're the okay.
I'm the guy, man. I'm the change advocate, right?
Okay.
So I want to
So
go
do you
out
go
and
to
be that.
do you go to Austin sometimes and make noise there? Or?
So I'm learning that
Yeah, yeah.
politics is it, right?
major
So I'm
difference.
learning that, right? And so I've partnered with partners like Barbara Jordan Endeavors, which Barbara Jordan was the first Black Congresswoman, right? And also worked with Sheila Jackson Lee, also working with the mayor, Sylvester Turner, to get in
Come on,
the.
man, nobody up here?
Well,
Not
not
yet?
yet, not yet, right?
Yeah.
So the politics is big, and getting involved with organizations like Barbara Jordan Endeavors and partnerships with like Pace Moms, which
And
is
so-
Andre Johnson's mom's.
So
program.
you guys are by no means necessarily an African American based organization.
No, sir.
Because I've seen your events. But no, I mean you're very
very
inclusive,
diverse,
very
diverse, yeah,
And I think that's
and multicultural and multi diversity, lingual.
It all, that's what it takes, though.
Yes,
in
it does.
the end, there's no such thing as that. However, it is true that politics makes a big difference.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And so finding platforms and then getting a good speech together, a good
Right.
video, because I know folks up here in the Woodlands and Conroe who are not necessarily African American.
Right.
They're Caucasian,
Right.
and they still struggle with the fundraising portion of
Right.
their job because it is politicized. I mean,
Right.
you have to have a certain way of doing things, and,
Right.
and like you said, if you have advocates and if you have people on your corner, that's even better.
Right.
You know?
And it all starts from asking.
Absolutely.
Any nonprofit out there that's trying to grow, it really starts from your passion.
Yeah.
Because if you're not passionate about what you're trying to do, nobody's going to support you.
I agree.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You come in here fired up, but if you don't have passion and content, if you're not producing content with zero, right? I produce so much content with no money.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm passionate about getting it done. Right? Hey, this kid needs help. Let's get this kid some help right
Sure.
now. Right? Who do we need to ask? It matters to this one kid because I was that one kid.
Sure.
Right? So, doing that, producing with no money at all, right? And being that change advocate allows people to say, okay, I want to help that guy.
Sure.
But
No,
it
no.
all comes from serving,
So-
volunteering and serving.
When you have events, during those events, I mean, you have people who are trained in CPR, you have
Right.
like that.
Yes, sir. Yes. So there are people there. For instance, we have first responders at this event. They're
it
not.
iFly?
They're undercover.
Okay.
Right. So we have first
They're
aid
not
guys.
scary then. I mean,
right. They're not. Yeah. And that's the part in
That's-
it
that's
that we try to
important,
play.
yeah.
So a lot of nurses are there. They're on site. They're just undercover. They come in their nurses uniform to identify themselves.
Right.
But they're there to assist. I'm certified in CPR, first aid. And I'm there. I'm always there to assist. And then we have officers, a lot of undercover officers that will come out and just be in the crowd.
So,
be there.
Mr.
assist.
Let me ask you this: if I'm an immigrant in this country and I'm new, right, but
Right.
I have a child who has a special need or some sort of issue, You guys also provide things like that where you can help people in the
Yes.
Hispanic community, because Conroe is very large Hispanic. And
Yes.
You guys, if somebody reaches out to you, you can actually provide someone who speaks Spanish and maybe
Yes.
help them
Yes.
out.
The president of We See Abilities is Cuban.
Okay, right. So he or she hopefully speaks Spanish. We don't know.
Doug Pena. Yeah,
Because,
Doug Pena speaks
ask him about his Spanish.
fluent Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
he's
speaks
from
flu-
Cuba.
He speaks fluent Cuban.
Cuban Spanish, that's different?
Just saying, ask him. You'll see.
Oh man,
I'm kidding.
okay. Oh.
No offense to our Cuban friends and family. It is Spanish in the end. It's just a different form.
Different form, okay.
They use certain words differently, but no.
Okay.
I'm sure he's very respectable, honorable, and I'm just joking. It's just a joke we have with
Yeah.
it's an inside joke.
Inside joke. Okay.
Never mind.
I grew up in Miami area. I
We
grew
can
up in
beep
Florida.
that. I lived in Miami, but Spanish is Spanish. And
Yeah,
what I
it
tell
is.
people, as long as you can speak a Spanish, I understand.
Right.
Like a general, because we have meetings in Spanish now.
Oh wow.
So at the chamber, being a Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, obviously we have to do things in Spanish because
That's right.
that's what we are. And we just had one this last week, and we had like 10, 12 people there. It's
Right.
the first meeting ever. And we're going to continue to grow that because we know how large that population is. Even in Conroe, it's gigantic, the Hispanic
Right.
population. So
I reached out to Lupe
Martinez.
Martinez
She is
with
the
State
insurance
Farm.
agent
Yeah,
in State
she
Farm.
is amazing. I'm so excited to partner with her to get a footprint in the Conroe community. We're working on a couple projects to really impact.
Well, we have Lupe is one of many members in Conroe.
Okay.
So
I'm really excited
At
now.
some point when we
Got me
talk
fired up.
about you getting involved with our chamber a little bit more,
Yes.
I can show you the list.
All right, cool.
All
Awesome.
it takes is Mythica showing up.
Showing up. Yeah.
But I know.
Hey, I got to show up. I'll be there.
Well, but you run an organization, so I get it.
Right,
You're
right.
basically out there doing what you got to do.
Yes.
So, but like I said, a lot of our members are very generous, and they're very good with giving and giving connections too.
Sure,
So
sure.
as we continue our relationship,
Yes,
just
sir.
make sure from time to time, like with Lupe, there's a few, and,
Wow.
and for sure we can talk.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. I'm excited. I'm
Tell
really
pe-
excited
Tell people how
about
to get
it.
a hold of you. How can they reach you?
Yes, so you can reach me at weseeabilities.org. Go to our website and sign up, be a subscriber. Also, become an ambassador. Go on there and make a donation. We can't function without that. So we have that on our Facebook as well. We See Abilities Facebook page.
Wow.
Go there, make a donation, sign up, be an ambassador.
Phone?
And the phone number is 832-928-2922.
That's
Mythica Pickett.
That's Mythica Pickett with We See Abilities. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection radio show. Signing off. We'll see you guys again next week. Thank you so much for being on the show, Mythica.
Yes, no, thank you. Appreciate it, Dr. Carlo.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show is recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.